Testing. 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 All right. Well, we are here looking at this is the second part of my 2019 team breakdown and analysis. Kind of see where all the teams are in the preseason at this point. Um, and of course, we're looking through the depth chart to get an idea of where teams are at and where they've placed their players at this point, 2 weeks into the preseason. Um, I've got GroupMe open, so if anybody has any comments or corrections to make, feel free to post them there, and I'll see them. So we're starting off with the Buccaneers tonight, and take this with a grain of salt. He's had little time to update his depth chart since the draft was completed because he has been out of town and doesn't get back until Friday. And it's Wednesday now. So this is what his team looks like with what I imagine is an unedited depth chart since the beginning of the offseason. It's probably just kind of auto-placed players and may not resemble the final piece or final product that he puts together. But with that being said, we'll take a look at what he has on the roster. And kind of piece together what we think his final setup was going to be. So we're starting off, the Buccaneers are the defending Super Bowl champions. They've got Jameis Winston as their quarterback, 4 years of experience. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings on his hand at this point. They picked up in free agency Zach Mettenberger. This past free agent period, and Andy was very excited about that pickup. And then they have Casey Galvin, a third-year guy from Arkansas. So let's see what these guys can do on the field here. So Jameis Winston and all of these guys have arms, very respectable arms. They can throw it deep. They can throw it all over the field. Casey Galvin has probably one of the best arms in the league. Um, and these guys are nothing short of good either. And then their accuracy, they're all fairly accurate. Obviously, Casey is developing behind the other two, but Zach Mettenberger comes with decent accuracy for being a free agent quarterback. And of course, Jameis is just golden on all fronts. His throw on the run could be a little bit better, but the way that the Buccaneers play football, it's not really about scrambling around and throwing the ball out. It's about the play action and throwing accurately and throwing up to your big guys to go get it and to outman the corners. So yeah, you don't really have much of a scrambling quarterback. I mean, he can move. He's not a statue, but he's not Andrew or Robert Griffin by any means. He's very much more meant to work in the pocket. So that's what you have with him. Outside of that, I believe these are all pretty much pocket passing quarterbacks. Kind of fits the mold that he likes to put together. And so no surprises here. He's got good depth behind Winston. So if he were to go down for a stretch of games, you have a very reliable quarterback in Mettenberger, and then they're developing him behind him. Casey Galvin, if he doesn't end up, I doubt he's ever going to replace Winston. Could have value down the road with that arm, and if his accuracy increases, he's definitely an option. Trade bait later. Moving on to halfback, you've got Ronell Travis, Javante Blake, Dree Archer, and Carson Smith. Last year, Ronell Travis and Dree Archer were both kind of the guys. Dree Archer, I believe, suffered an injury And Ronell Travis picked up the pieces very quickly. On a personal note, I don't really care much for Dree Archer. I just think he's a speed machine, and that's all he is. I think I don't know where his carrying is at now, but he's prone to fumbling. Oh, that's not bad. 88. That's actually pretty good. But he's also injury prone, and anytime I've seen him used in Madden, I just speed wows a lot of people, and speed can be great, but I don't. It's just more of a personal opinion. I don't really value it as highly, so I take him with a grain of salt. As long as you can contain him and keep the outside secure, you probably you should be able to stop him. Ronell Travis, however, I think is really the more viable long-term back here. That's only my opinion. 87 speed, 92 acceleration, 93 agility, 88 elusiveness, good carrying, good trucking. Stiff arms kind of pissed, but pretty good. Juke move 92. And then Javonte Blake brings great hands out of the backfield. Great hands. He may have been a receiver. 81 catching, 84 catching traffic, 70 spec catch, and he's fast. Yeah, this guy was probably a receiver. He 94 elusiveness, 96 speed, 93 acceleration, and this all fits into the kind of the home run hitting running back core that Andy likes to have. So obviously a very good crew here. I mean, this team did just win the Super Bowl, and a lot of what they do is in the ground game, and it sets up their passing game. So yeah, very impressive group. They apparently the CPU drafted a fullback for them that's playing the fourth fullback halfback here, but really it's Ronell Travis and Dree Archer. Javonte Blake is going to be an interesting option down the road for this team. Yeah, so a strong backfield, a backfield with options. However, if a guy like Ronell Travis goes down, I guess personally I'd be concerned, but obviously Andy's proved that he can do anything with any back. He's pretty good at with usering players in the game, and so he doesn't have a hard time making anybody look good back there. So yeah, that's my take on it. It's a good backfield, but it's not my style, and it's not anything I would deploy. But it's good, and that should be noted. At fullback, he's got Carson Smith, an 81 rookie fullback. He was the number one best fullback in the draft, I believe. 81 strength, 75 speed, 65 acceleration. Not much of a trucker. This guy must be more of a blocker. Yeah, 84 impact block. Good run blocking. Good pass blocking. Yeah, he's only going to help the Buccaneers, I think. Moving on to the receiving core, you've got two big guys in Mike Evans, Kelvin Benjamin, and Chris Matthews. Denario Alexander, Jeffrey Greco, and Andrew Gordon was drafted. I don't think Andy would have drafted this guy had he been around, because every one of these guys is 6'5" minus Jeffrey Greco. These guys are all tall, big, powerful receivers that will outman your guys. All of them bring decent hands. All of them bring great hands, except for Greco. Greco's kind of the young guy coming up. They all can catch in traffic, and they all have good spectacular catch. The route running's fairly good. Chris Matthews could be a little bit better. I mean, you're really looking at these two guys. I don't think I could be wrong, but Andy typically doesn't bring out 4 receivers. It's 3 to 2 a lot of the time, and so you're looking at really the money makers here. Kelvin Benjamin only has 84 jump. That surprises me. And what you'll find is with his receivers, none of them are going to burn corners, but they really don't have to because they can turn on a dime and just go get it. They don't have to be fast. They're meant to move the chains, and they're meant to score in the red zone. And it's worked for them. It's a good system that he has in place. He's got good receivers to do it. His offense is very much built to do what he wants it to do. So this is a good group of guys. I mean, I mean, everything that you do in Madden is based on your scheme and what you want to set up. And what he has set up, it has to be nothing short of an A+ rank here. He's got options behind these two guys, but I mean, they're so good. I mean, this is probably one of the best receiving cores in the league, and it like I said, it doesn't have to push past safeties. They just go up and get it. They just outman your defense. That's what it's all about here. At tight end, they've got Austin Seferian-Jenkins. I really don't know much about him or Ebron, but I do know that Andy does like tight ends, and he has run kind of dual tight ends in the past. You've got two more tall guys with decent speed for the position, good hands, good route running. Ebron appears to definitely be kind of coming up behind Seferian-Jenkins, but it's all about the catching traffic, and they're jumping. They can go up and get it. And Seferian-Jenkins isn't a terrible blocker either. So you've got Seferian-Jenkins, Ebron, and then you can also whip out your other two starting receivers, and you've got like 4 6'5" guys here that you have to defend. 6'4", I'm sorry. In the red zone, down the field. It's a great group, and there's a solid tight end core here. Moving on to the offensive line. You've got a very young offensive line, a very strong offensive line. Reuben Harris here is young. What does he have for stats? He's got only 77 pass blocking, but it's the run blocking, 93. Good impact blocking, good strength. Not super fast, but will just plow guys down. At guard, you have Gilbert McCoy, who's also young. And what does he bring to the table? Great run blocking, okay pass blocking. It's all about the run game. These guys are basically just pile pushers for the running game. And this is a lot of the secret behind his success. Outside the fact that he's already a solid halfback user, you've got the fact that he has a great line in front of it, helping just move people out of the way. Kyle Myers out of UCLA, 3 years pro, great run blocker, not a bad pass blocker either, and he's strong and he has good impact blocking. He's just a pile pusher, and he's good at what he does. Nick Macy, I bet, is going to be the same thing. Yep, it's more about the run blocking. It's what they set up to do, and that's kind of the secret behind the Andy system, as far as he's going to get the run game going first. He's going to do it with his run blocking offensive line, and he's going to do it with fast halfbacks who can make up the ground that's pushed. Basically what he's doing is he's moving your guys out of the way, your defensive line, so his fast halfbacks can hit the hole quick and get out and go. And once that threat is once you're bleeding essentially on the defense, is when he's going to hit you with the passing game and be two-dimensional. So it's a good line. It's not terrible when defending the pass or protecting the passer either, but it's really beautiful for blocking the run, and that's what these guys are for. All right, moving on to the defense. We all know Jamarcus Blue is a great end. I wasn't high on him originally, but the Bucs developed their guys very well. He's got 99 finesse move, 93 block shedding, great pursuit, poor play recognition, but he's normally usered, so that's fine. Good tackling, good hit power. He's fast. He can run guys down. He's just an all-around great pass rushing end, and he's fast enough to play the run well too. Behind these guys, you don't really have anybody. I'm sure Chris McCain is just a depth filler. On the other side, Zach Riles is another pass rusher. His finesse moves are already at 95. His block shedding hasn't gotten there yet. Good pursuit, poor player recognition, but that's okay. He uses either side. He picks his poison when he's going after guys. Decent speed, great acceleration, great agility. Just another all-round good pass rusher. At DT, you've got DeAndre Mount, who is another baller for him. I believe the way he's set up here. Yeah, 99 finesse, 92 block shedding. He's really like Mount. Blue 2.0 in the middle, and Blue is kind of the more well-known guy, but I think Mount is just as potent. Behind that, he's got Javonte Landry and James. I don't know much about these guys. They seem to be more run stuffers to plug up the hole. Um, yeah, these guys are just tanks in the middle, and I'm sure he changes that up based on need. They're both young, they're both developing, but it's really Mount, Blue, and then Zach Riles playing the other side, and I've seen him use all of these guys um, with great success. Moving on to the linebacking crew, you have the stud Levante David. He is a great linebacker. 99 tackling, 81 hit power. He's fast. He's probably good in coverage. Let's check his zone. 90 zone coverage, and he's fast. He's basically like a corner right behind the line, and he can sweep from side to side easily. A beast. And then he has Kiko Alonso, who's always a backer, all fast. There's no secret. Kiko Alonso is a coverage linebacker, solid tackler. What's his zone at this point? Another 90. Just ridiculous. These guys are basically like safeties behind the line. And Julius Dansby, 2-year pro guy. I actually don't know much about him. 88 tackle, 82 hit power, 75, 85 speed, 88 acceleration. And what's his zone at? 90. 90 man as well. Boy, he's meant to stop tight ends. That's it. He can get up there. What's his? Out of curiosity, what's his? Can he go up and fight for the ball too? 85 jump. There is to Andy's madness here. Look at these guys. They are meant to track down the tight ends, and they're safeties. And they're good tacklers. They're reliable tacklers, so they'll take down the running game as well. You have newly acquired Richard Sherman, 6'3", tall and smart. You have Sean Smith, who was re-signed after what formerly was a 1-year deal. And you have R.J. Ferris developing behind him. Basically, what happened is utilizing the fact that he has one of the best sets of pass rush in the league, and assuming the quarterback won't have enough time, have to chuck it up to somebody. And you have these great outside linemen. You have these great corners who are smart and have great man coverage and good press coverage to slow things down. These, fast. They don't have to be, because if the pass rush can get there soon enough, you have to have a line by that rush. These will just play right underneath and take away the passing game, and they don't have to pass. Have time to develop your guys downfield with his. At safety, you have Bradley Mac Poteet. Not a great tackle. It's zone. Probably pretty. No, he's speed. He's just okay. 84 acceleration. He's okay. Mark Barron, safety. These guys are probably just meant to be hammered. The running game does get to pop the ball. 4 hit power. What does he bring? 59 hit power. So this guy, weak hit secondary. It's just hitting speed wide. Solid safety. Probably the only that's just average here. Yeah, they have Graham Gano, and they have Andy Lee. Andy Lee is still kicking. That is awesome. 84. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Andy Lee. Okay, kick returner. You've got Dream. That's used for same thing. Punt returning, and the third back is Ronald. Defending Super Bowl. They're strong. They're an team in the league. The only thing above average, and bashing them, so to speak, is their safety, which are pretty good. So a great team all around. All right. Next up, we have the Cardinals, leaders of the NFL. I don't know, loser. He's he always is doing very, and he's not a bad player. He's a good team here. So let's take a look at it. Quarterback, you have Hundley, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I have uh, for the first in my Jags franchise before he benched, and then he traded Blake Bortles round draft, and he picked up this year in free agency. So let's see what these. So you've got Brett, who has power, short accuracy, great medium accuracy, and good deep accuracy. Behind that, you have Bortles, who's great short, okay deep, and has the best arm and is good short, which is really all you can ask for. Stringer throwing on the none of these guys, but it's not terrible. The play action game for Bortles. I know Bortles was basically just brought in they were to go down. It's happened before. Cardinals, I believe. 87 acceleration out of Hundley. He can run. I don't think he often for the Cardinals. Can. He's just a great back. It's not long with him. His deep accuracy improving as the time. His throw very and statistically he's just his quarterbacks that's in the league right now. He's one of the top guys, and I'm surprised in my 81 overall. He feels more like 88 or something like that. So a good group. You have the safety valve of Bortles, who's done it all before, and Hundley, who's kind of the all-pro, better quarterback. You have the Glennon, who's more the safety at this point. Moving on back, DeMar still the guy. Let's see. They still have Alfred Morris as well. Wow. And Mike Milner that they drafted this year. So let's take a look at what they have. They've got two aging backs here, both at 86 speed. They're both strong. Milner at speed and 92. These guys aren't blazers in their careers, but they make it up. He's elusive and more. They both can truck. You've got backs that can definitely move the ball forward, even at their age. They're power backs at this point. DeMarco Murray's not going to as much as he used to, and Alfred Morris has always just been a power back. And you've got 56, 58 trucking. He's a candidate straight forward and hopes he can keep going. That's all he. But two aging power backs who can do a lot. Murray has also shown he's very capable in the passing game. 85 catching, 82 catching traffic, and even 76 by catch. Definitely a good group here. It could use a shot of youth next off season. You bring in a new starter. I mean, they're not bad, and I like power. Very, very, very good. And like I said, Murray back in the passing game. At fullback, they have Henry Hinoff. I don't know anything about him. He's an older guy. He's strong. He's not very fast. He doesn't truck, but he's probably all about blocking. Yeah, 85 impact block, 94 run block. This guy's perfect for your power backs. He's 6'1", 6'6", guy to get in the way. Receiver, you all know he has right now with monetary. I believe this was their first round draft pick. I could be wrong. Definitely an earlier pick for the team. John Brown, Lucky Whitehead, Jerron Brown, and Sadell Reed. So So you've got Odell Beckham, John Brown. These are really the big here. They had Sam, traded him away, and they drafted Dontarius Duncan. Um, don't know what we have with these underneath. Last I knew, Jerron Brown was ahead of Whitehead. Apparently, Whitehead up the depth chart at least. What do these guys bring? Odell Beckham has all the way around the board. Underneath that, Duncan right out of the gate has 87 catching, 85 catching traffic, 77 spec catch. He's 5'10". He's an underneath guy. John Brown has good hands all around as well. The rest of the crew has good hands as well. I mean, these are reliable receivers for the team. Good route running out of Odell, out of John Brown, and out of Whitehead. Duncan, still young, still raw, but Duncan comes with 81 release right off the gate. Second best on the team to Odell. They all can jump up and go get it. Speed-wise, okay, so the rookie receiver has 97 speed, 93 acceleration, already putting him above Javier Keith, who's got 98 speed, but 83 acceleration, and he's a stud. You could argue with the Bucs up, he's 6 inches shorter, quicker out of the gate. Agility, you've got John Brown, who's 97 agility, 98 agility, 91 speed. So he's your deep guy down the road, and none of these guys. I mean, Sadell Reeves is the developing guy behind, jumping out on the team, so he even with his frame. And top 4 all pretty elusive, 95, 82, 90, and 89. Not a bad group there. That's the run blocking. So Dontarius Duncan, the rookie, comes with 67 run. Not bad. This guy definitely has a few. Nice replacement for Watkins, and plus he's younger and he can develop him. He starts off stats. Yeah, not bad at all. You've got Madison Evans, 67 overall. Max Williams behind him. Max Williams was picked up in free agency this year. Then you have Troy Nicola. Okay, let's take a look at what they have at tight ends. So Max Williams brings better. Madison Evans is slightly faster. Oh, excuse me. Madison Evans has 90 catching, decent route catching traffic, and great spectacular catch. So what's this guy's weakness? Madison has 27. He's breaking off the line. He's tempered. He's only 6 foot tall for a tight end, and he has 78 jumping. So he's got good hands and decent speed, and that's it. I mean, 27 release. I would even say is the better tight end here, even though his hands are slightly less reliable. He's just better all. That's a 27 release. But thankfully, this team doesn't have to do tight ends. Not invest big time quality. Their tight ends. It's all about the receivers, and they are stacked all the way down. So that's fine. At the offensive line, you have Jared Veldheer at the Hillsdale. He's 9 years pro. And great lineman. He's old, but he's good. Seems kind of the typical trend with offensive line. At guard, you've got Mike. I don't know how to say that. I'm sure other people. Shameful. I don't know. From Idaho, great run blocker. Okay pass blocker. Donatavia Russell, second year. That's for being. He probably was drafted rather high in the higher round. During the draft. Good lineman. And hey, on a bonus, Arizona State. Jonathan Cooper out of North Carolina. run for the Bulls years ago. Um, Weakest lineman in there, not bad. He's a serviceable lineman, is what he is. DeAndre Ward, 76 overall, drafted this year. Blocker, not really meant to set at the edge, and he's not bad. It could be better, but you can get around that. Okay, defensive side of things, we've got Riley Davis. Don't know much right off the gate, but let's see what's on the table. Power move, 87 block shedding, tackling, 85 hit power. He's a run stuffer. That's what he is at this point. I mean, he's still young. He's 308 pounds, 6'7". He's huge, and he's meant to pure and simple. On the other side, you have Irvin. I didn't realize that he was a Cardinal. 93 power moves, good position, great hit power, great speed. He can rush the passer. Move this guy to linebacker. Irvin can do it one versus high-powered linebacker. Definitely makes the line look better. Riley Davis is just okay. Bruce Irvin, who's a beast. And then Calais Campbell, the Cardinals, 84 strength, 92 finesse, 90 block shedding, good pursuit, play recognition, good tackling, good hit power. He's a pass rusher. He's a DT. I don't know much about Derek Toll. He was drafted here. Probably should have taken a look at him. Good strength, good power move, 84 block shedding. That's coming right up behind. That's your kind of typical run stuffing D. Linebacker recently picked up Donta High, free agent. I believe he will right out backer in free agency and has moved inside. This guy was one of the leading sacking linebackers last year. Comes over to the NFC to join the Cardinals. He has great tackling skills, block shedding, good play recognition, good speed, even at like 89 or whatever. Just a do it backer, and he's good. Nice pickup by the Cardinals here. Brought back Sean Witherspoon, so all is fair and good in Arizona. Enters the middle linebacker. I believe they run a 4-3. So you've got good tackling, 91 tackle, 84 block shedding, 88 play rec, 77 speed, 84 acceleration, 9 agility. What's 77? So he's a good linebacker. He's a linebacker. That's what he is. He's not great, bad. Miller is outside linebacker. Von Miller outside. That's a scary group. Von Miller, 8 years in the league at this point. Good tackler. 89 hit power. 97 blocking, 90 play rec. 85 speed. 85 strength. 98 awareness. He does not miss much. 88 acceleration. Good agility. Good power. Good finesse. Pursuit. He's your prototypical, like, all outside line. I've done to high side. So these guys can cover the run. They can passer. They can do whatever you ask of them, and they help make up for the lack of wow from Kevin Minter. At CB, you've got, I believe, last year's first round draft pick in Rashawn Newsom. I believe. Yeah, you got Rams this up, and EJ Gaines, Roby, and Frank Johnson. Decent CBs all around. Let's take a look at the details here. Okay, so they have a good man for Frank Johnson, but he's the guy developing behind them. They all have great zone as well. These do both man and zone. 3 respectable. Nickel Roby is not meant to press, and with his 5'8" small frame, I can't imagine he's going to do much of that anyway. Average play recognition. Pursuits there. Let's take a look. Alright. You've got 94, 92, 88, 192, 89. Slower. So decent awareness out of Rashawn Newsom and EJ Gaines. Rashawn Adams, the rookie, but he's nice size, good frame, decent speed. Um, Group here. And when I look at it, wow, 84 elusiveness for Newsom. That's terrific. I mean, this guy could feasibly 94 speed. He could replace Peterson on the road. And you've got Rashawn Adams developing behind him. EJ Gaines is good, and Roby is kind of your underneath guy. But when I look at this, right, it's good, but it's still developing, and it's just not complete. This group would crush against the receiving core on this team. What on this group is they're a but when you've got 80 slot guys underneath, you should be able to deal with slot 94 or something like that, and those are slot guys, and yeah, decent speed. Your 89 ability. EJ Gaines is going to get exploited every once in a while. Can probably frame speed, but that's the way you would attack this secondary crossing pattern and a lot and whatnot. You basically you try to play that underneath game. You could attack them deep. Good. This secondary, it's just young. That's where it's at right now. And like I said, factors for them too is they're just recognition, and that's in the second, not very experienced. At safety, you've got Tyron. How do you say his last name? This is like when I say it's not. It's Keekly, Buchley. Tyron Matheo, I guess. I don't know. I know who he is, obviously. I just don't know how to say his name. Great, decent enough tackling, great zone, decent safety, good pursuit, good hit power. He's fast, 88 speed, 92 acceleration, 94 agility. B wanted him to. I mean, he could do it too. At strong safety, Dion Buchanan. I don't know much about this guy. Let's see. Poor man. Gonna drop down. Thing's only 7 power. Drop the hammer. 22 hit power. Jumping and a 6 with that. And he's fast. Another guy that could play corner if he asked. So these are versatile and they're good. And they're really the captains for the young secondary, which is good and still developing. Here you have Chandler Zararo. Boy, what's his 95 kick leg. And then a punter, you have Marquette King, who came from, I believe he had free agency. Or maybe that was last Madden. Maybe he was on the Packers. Kick returner is Lucky Whitehead. 5'9" frame. He's small. He's meant to kick return. Not bad. He's off the punt return. Back is DeMar because he's small at this point right now. So those are your Cardinals at this point in the league preseason. A good team that was a lot invested in draft picks and financial aspect. This team was, especially when you look at the receiving position, the linebacker. This team was bought and for at their strongest spots. But it's a good team. It is very playoff worthy. Beyond and good depth at a lot of position with Morris and Bortles and the receiving position being so deep. Probably their weakest spot is their tight ends, but they to use them. And their corner is up and coming. Oh yeah. We will move on from the Cardinals. We'll skip the Chargers, Chiefs, and we will go to the. I don't know if I'm spending more time on these teams last night, but this may be the only other team I have time for tonight. I have to at 5 a.m. to 4. So time, but we'll take a look at the Colts here. A division rival is the Indianapolis Colts. So you've got Andrew Luck. They just recently picked up Colin Kaepernick in free agency, and Mike Norris. And Mike Norris, if you look at that face and that name, this man is going to change the world one day. He's a scientist during the offseason, and in the he's a quarterback from Wake Forest. Mike Norris, what the Colts are about. If you look at his stats, he's got 88 throw power, 77 short accuracy, 79 medium accuracy, 7 deep accuracy, 82 run, 68 play action, 43 awareness, which is really a job because he's a scientist. 59 speed, acceleration, free elusive. There's a lot to like about Mike. Place rating. He could easily overtake Colin Kaepernick with it if maybe buy him off with his scientist money. Anyway, on to Andrew. Really, he was injured. He suffered through some injuries last year. I believe was their quarterback to replace. He's no longer here. His new insurance, if Andrew Luck goes down, Colin Kaepernick, pair of the two. 95 throw power, better short accuracy, better medium accuracy, better deep accuracy. So Colin Kaepernick has the, doesn't have the accuracy. Throwing Andrew Luck's play action, Andrew more aware. Both can go around. 82. That's nuts. 80 out of Kaepernick, which is better carrying. So what you're looking at, I can do it all. Pass Luck, and Kaepernick back up, and that's what he is. He's a back, but he can. He's very similar stat, and that's his big. Back, we got Christine Michael. I read all use receivers of any sort in reception last year. He's really good. Speed, 78 strength. Excuse me. Acceleration, 68 elusiveness, 85 carrying. I actually thought they were, but he footballs. I just like him. I like that he's their starter. I think he's an back. I mean, his say not really above average. If you've seen him in games, he's very reliable. They have Brandon, and then they have the legend Jonas Gray, meaning he just used as a full five or a power back goal line situation. Expect him. He's in for play. Not to be said about, but Christie is really their halfback. And he can still develop. Yeah, moving on. Harry Harkey is the back. 71 strength, speed. He's a decent blocker. He's a decent blocker. And pass block, pass, and he can protect the quarterback on passing downs. Not bad. Receiver, you've got T.Y., Doug Baldwin, Mac Luke, Dante Martin, and Ken still kicking around. That's awesome. All right, so let's see what they have. Let's go. Top 4. Even Nelly is in all of good hands, catch in traffic, and top attributes. What you see here, though, is where you get Mac Lucas, and Dante Moncrief, guys that are going to go all for you. awesome route running out of the top three and not bad out of your bottom. Uh, the poor man, T.Y. Hilton, Mac Lucas, um, and even Kenny Britt all break up the line pretty well. Mac Lucas is around here, and he's with a 6 and good catching and good release and good run. 2 years pro. Not a lot to hate about him. Take a look at the speed in a second. He is 93. Dante Moncrief, so you're tough to get it, but even can too. Here's the speed. So Mac Lucas with his good boots, 86. Not a 6'4" with good hands and good route release. That's good. Considering pretty awesome. Yeah, T.Y. Hilton is going to get downfield. Doug Ball, where you're underneath, and Moncrief was fast too, of course. T.Y. Hilton's your two. Obviously, T.Y. Hilton's going to be the best. Even Baldwin's pretty good at it too. So yeah, you have nice state receivers. I Mac Lucas has over here. He moved to number 2, even moved down a lot. But there's a good receiving crew. At tight end, you've got an Escobar who is sneaky tight end. He's really your side for a division mate. He's a good tight end. He's helping get it. Okay speed, 76, acceleration, and can catch traffic. Has good spec catch. Richard also can do the same thing. You got two can go downfield and get it. Their blocking are not. That's not what they do, and they're not great. Their offensive line, you have Anthony Zoe. Not pass skills. Check your passer. Rely on the other. Got another good passer, Jack Mewhort, and who also pushed down. Another to pass blocking young. This guy's stats good considering his age. David Questley is possibly the one on this group here. Decent run blocker, only 81 in impact block, and only but that's the weakest position. Yeah, and you've got Rick over here with another 90 block, 8 bookends line, both with 90 blocking, and what's 88 strength over here, and strength, all with good impact and bonus decent. It's a great line for this team, and what they want to move around. They want to give Andrew Luck time, and they want to run the ball occasionally. And this line's meant to do that. It is gonna win that holds against the pass than some more in the league. Defensive line, we've got depth meant Elmick as the left. Let's see, he's got 6. He could play. Good power, decent finesse moves, good block shedding, good play right, tackling, 76 acceleration. Going to get after your quarterback, stop the run if you need him to. Very well, and he's 3 overall position. Very good. This is awesome. On the side, you have Washington, former Bear, who's the outside line position playing. And this guy, I remember, is a pass rush. Good hit power. He's got good block shedding. 88. And yeah, he's good too. He's 6'4". You got a tall, big guy on the line that are going to get guys occasionally stop the run. A DT, you got Jonathan Harris and Benny Logan. And let's see what these guys bring. I believe your typical stuff the run guys. So strength, good power, not good finesse moves, block shedding. Yeah, buffers is what big for the holes. weight shows that fat guys dust off the holes. A linebacker, Carter Fulton, third-year guy out of Pittsburgh. Reliable 84 block shedding, 86 speed, 87 acceleration, 87 zone. Yeah, this is kind of the guy you'd want for a zone defense. Not bad. Not bad. Probably a little bit under what his overall says in my scheme, but scheme. A middle linebacker, John Bostic, is your starting middle linebacker, followed by the veteran Perry Jr. And he should be reliable tacklers. Good hitter too. They're going to try to force fumbles. Good play recognition, and speed, decent speed. As their zone, they're meant to plug the hole behind the DTs. They're run stuffers. And then on the outside, you have Dion Jordan, who left Miami to be an linebacker for the Colts. Good tackling, good hit. Action's not bad. He's 84 speed, 89 acceleration, 84 agility. He's more of a finesse guy. We knew that. And he's got 82 zone. So he's not as good as Carter Fulton all around. And he's going to develop into a nice 6'6" as far as that's awesome. He's gonna be right up there in the quarterback's face. At CB, Davis is still be for the Colts. You have Patrick, nice starting cornerbacks here, and then you've got Brandon McGee, Russ Cockrell, and DeJuan Smith. So let's see. These guys are speedy as they both good man corners. Better zone as far as Patrick Peterson things. They can press the receivers. Even the backups can do a good job pressing. However, Vontae Davis is the only one that's going to recognize play action and trick plays out of the rest of them. And that's probably why the reason I've been able to exploit Patrick Peterson in previous editions of Madden. And when I played him last year, he's susceptible to trick plays and play action plays. He's got the speed to catch up, but sometimes his play recognition will bite him in the butt. Vontae Davis is a good corner. Apparently he's slowed down, 87 speed, 81 acceleration, whereas Patrick Peterson still has 92 acceleration and crazy good 97 agility. I'd almost have him in the slot, but I mean he's so good you can put him anywhere you want. Brandon McGee is a nice corner to have as well. And then underneath them you've got these two guys, 91 speed, 93 excel, 92, 91. The awareness really drops off after the two corners. So if you this team, as far as in the passing game, you really want to stretch their underneath guys or work in some tricks. At free safety, you've got Trey Buston from North Carolina. Good tackler, good zone coverage, 80 play recognition, 86 hit power, 86 speed, 88 acceleration. His awareness is only 72, but this is a good safety in the league. Trey Boston can and he can hit hard. He can do everything you need him to. He's a prototypical free safety for the Colts. Their strong safety, not much I know about. A young guy, Kari Dial. Another good zone safety with okay play recognition considering his age. Good tackler, good pursuit, 81 hit power. What's his speed? 90 speed, 87 acceleration. He's one of the nice young safeties in the league, if I'd say so myself. Yeah, very nice guy. And behind them they have Duron Harmon. But Kari Diaz is a good young safety that I didn't even know much about. Definitely an up and coming. Could be a couple years down the road here. Kicker, you've got Steven Gostkowski, Jacob Scum, and Tyler Gabriel. The receivers, their returnman on both sides, and then the third down back is Brandon Oliver, not Christine Michael. Is he a fast little underneath guy? 87 speed, 90 acceleration, 86 elusiveness. Yeah, he's the elusive guy in the group, and good carrying. Yeah, he's your third with a 5'8" frame. So those Indianapolis Colts, they're versatile. They can do a lot of different. They can attack you in a lot of different ways, and that's their strength. They've got a great line for them to do what they want and when they want. They've got good linebackers. I don't know if this is something new they're trying with their ends, moving the linebackers down. Looks like work, and they've got your prototypical run stuffing D middle, and then I would say an above average secondary, not a great secondary. Regardless of Peterson being there with Vontae Davis, above average, and then some nice, especially safety who's up and coming. So this is definitely a good team. This team, I think, won 11 straight games before they kind of unraveled last year. They absolutely deserve to win the games they did. They're a good team, and could again this year. My only concern is I don't know if they added enough, but that's not the thing. They just haven't changed enough. Maybe they haven't corrected the wrong last year, which may more have just been mental issues. But look out for Max, their safety, Kyrie DL. A couple young guys in the same draft too, and that this team. So those are the Colts. I've done the Colts. I've done the Cardinals, and the Buccaneers. I only have time for 3 tonight. I would have loved more, but I think maybe I took too long on these teams, but I like to cover them. Next time, definitely we'll get the Conquistadors, we'll get the Dolphins, and for sure we'll look at Cody's Eagles as well, because they're always going to be fun to look at. Time, we'll get to the Giants. I don't even know if I want to do myself yet. It feels a little bit biased. And then the Packers are after that. We've got some fun teams coming up. Really going to be fun to look at what the Conquistadors bring to the table. Johnny Manziel is still their starting and we will take a look at them next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy.